Hello, my name is Ty. I am your homicidal chauffeur, and welcome back to Surviving the Aftermath. Last episode, we finally managed to go out into the world with our specialist. We found plenty of supplies, but not quite enough science. And back at home, we continued to expand the camp, maybe a little bit too far, as we started running into wild animals and whatnot, and we had a couple of our colonists killed. First up today, we're back outside the walls with our specialist Makawi, and we're going to continue to scout the area. Looks like there's some nuts and bolts and stuff like that over here. Yeah, at the auto mechanic, defense of 1, but we can get some parts. Send you over there. And back at the camp, I'm going to use Mishka, one of our specialists, and he's going to keep kind of patrolling out this way so that any more animals that we run into we can dispose of. We're up to day 17 already, but we're still with less colonists than we started with, at only 11. Bandits approach the gate. We don't have that much stuff, guys. What do you want? A small group of bandits approach the gate, dragging someone with them. The leader points a gun to the captive's head and says, "We found your colonists snooping around our camp. We want her back. Parlay this sod's life for some of that sweet loot you got stashed." The colonist is definitely not one of yours, but their life is at stake. I can give the colonists all of my medicine. I'm not sure I want to do that. And we don't have enough meat, it seems. So, sorry guys, yeah, do what you must. Your precious junk is more valuable to you than an actual human being? That's some cold-blooded action right there. Moments later, a single gunshot can be heard, echoing in the distance. -2 happiness. Well, the medicine that you want could save several of the colonists that I'm actually familiar with, so it's not quite so simple as you make it out. But you enjoy the rest of your day. Thankfully, that's all they want, though. They're not going to come take any of our stuff. Production limits. You can set production limits to the resources created by production buildings like Taylor's. Right, we're up to 13 clothes already, which is more colonists than we have. So let's go ahead and decommission you. And then you can be one of our carriers. We're sorely lacking. And our plastic deposits here have dried up, although there still seems to be some subterraneously. But I think maybe we need some other technology for that. So let's move your work area. Let's keep patrolling with Mishka. Eventually we'll want to expand out in, say, this direction. Let's see how that goes. You need to go to the medical tent, by the way. I mean, you're not feeling so hot. So yeah, why won't you...
Can't you see him, BC?
No, I can't see that. I want you to... Okay, you're healing up over time, I guess. And we're back out into the overworld with Makawi.
Can't you see him, BC?
And she can scavenge more parts here.
Aye, aye, Captain.
That should be it for now. We do have a fierce mouse over here. Let's go take him out and see what happens then. So, mouse gets shot, tries to attack us, but now he's down. We lost 1 hit point, and there's no more in sight. And heavy pollution here in the medical tent. I'm not sure why that's happening. Is it because it's not being occupied? It doesn't really make sense, I guess. Decontaminate. Take Stella and keep patrolling over here. And back to the map for Makawi. Scout over this way. And finally, we found some science. I'm excited for that. And we have a magnetic storm coming in. The air crackles with the faint smell of ozone. Devices begin shutting down and power plants seize up one by one. Energy production will shut down. Buildings producing or consuming energy might be damaged. Alright, well, we don't have any energy buildings, so that's fine. Bring on the storm. Let's make sure that we have both medical tents are staffed, though. Which means we're out of carriers. I don't think we really need anything built right now. Food and water are looking okay. Planks and concrete are good. Plastic is good. Metal is great. And more survivors at the gate. What's happening here? It takes an exceptional person to build something like this. A home, not just for yourself. Did you do it out of necessity or compassion? Probably ego, I guess. They come with 3 adults and no children. That's fantastic. As well as corn and a little bit of metal. As well as Danube, who has good attack at 4. Decent scavenge at 3. Alright, this looks promising. You're accepted. I'll tell you what, Danube, you're not going to hang around too long. I'm sorry for that. We do have 2 new carriers now, though. Let's have you come out towards the coast this way and see what's going on. More science, that's good. Your science is okay. Maybe I'll have somebody else go retrieve that, though. Would it make more sense to have them hang around the camp since they have high attack? They can protect our other villagers. And that brings us up to 14, which I'm feeling pretty good about. Obviously, when we lost 4 the first day, that was a pretty big deal and entirely my fault with lacking water. But the last couple that we've lost to the wild animals, I feel like maybe was a little bit more, you know, a force of nature type thing and bound to happen at some point. So 474 science here at the museum. We're going to send Makawi over there. And she got 350, it looks like. That's a great start. And I believe science, unlike all your other resources, that should be immediately available back at the colony. And I can upgrade my survival skills. That will take a little bit of time and will improve our hunting and fishing. But then I can immediately get up into basic farming. So by tomorrow, we should have farming. Keep an eye on my science, but we can spend a couple more points. And I think we can also get some crowbars. This will help us get plastic and metal a lot faster. But it looks like we have to wait until the other one is done. So we'll start that after basic farming. I think their rating about research only impacts how much they can get per turn, not the total amount of science there. So I am going to send Danube over here to get some of that science. Yep, colonists are malnourished, but we know this already. That's why we're trying to get a field in as soon as possible. Our survival skills are completed, so we can go back over here and get basic farming. 15 hours. That's acceptable. We've been waiting 18 days to get it done. Alright, and with the new day beginning, I'm going to go ahead and get another emergency shelter in with all of our new residents. I could put that right over the plastic if I wanted to, but no, let's go over here and put it as far out of the way as we can. And meanwhile, the specialists are ready. Danube can get over here to the science and get a big old chunk of that. And we'll have Makawi do the same thing. And now we're up to 624 science. So after running dry for so long, we should be set for a while. And the magnetic storm has begun. So we don't have any electricity, so I think on the whole it shouldn't be a problem, but you never know with this game. I like the effect. That's a lovely shade of lilac. Colonist Henry is injured. Doesn't look like we have an issue with wild animals, just an on-the-job problem, or maybe from the storm. Are you gonna go to? Are you gonna go to the medical facility or what? So he's on his way to the tent. That's excellent. Farming is complete, but I am gonna wait until the storm is over to get any of that started. The emergency shelter is done as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and demolish this shelter. It's always been a little bit conspicuous over here by the pollution and whatnot. And we can start migrating all of our residential units over this way. So some colonists like Ellie here, yeah, she's malnourished, but then the storm on top of that is causing her minus 40% malnourished, minus 4% fear of death. And so she is suffering from despair. The storm will be over soon. We'll have the farm started, and you'll be a lot better. Just a matter of time, I promise. We can continue our research, however. As I mentioned, we have plenty of points. Let's see what else is going on. Yeah, I said we were going to do crowbars. Let's do crowbars. Everybody loves a good crowbar. And screw it, I don't know when this storm is going to be over. Let's at least start digging the field and see what we can do. Why can't I put it there? Uneven terrain. This is the only terrain that's not polluted. Cut me some slack. Apparently over this way is fine. And finally the storm has lifted. It's very welcome news indeed. The field is underway. And just like that, crowbars are completed. If we learn what nurses are, then we can upgrade our medical tent and probably tear the other one down. That sounds like a good idea. And we can do it. We can plant crops. Fields can grow a variety of crops. At first, you can choose either fast-growing corn or the more bountiful potato. And I also have soybeans, or what I got off that trader in the last episode. And honestly, they seem better than both. So let's go ahead and do that. But let's also go ahead and build another field. We'll tuck it over this side. So back with the specialist, I can finally get the science over this way. And let's start bringing Makawi back. 3 turns it looks like. She has plenty of supplies. Our storage is full. Storage for what? Says 86%, so maybe not quite. But in bigger news, we have a bandit raid. The Great Purge. The fanatics arrive at your doorstep, their chant having grown even louder and more aggressive. Their leader, a man with pure murder in his eyes, raises his hand to silence the others. We are the predators of this new world. Through us, it will be cleansed of parasites and be born anew. So I can't just give them fiber to leave. I could goad them to attack, or I could insult them, which I'm not sure there's much of a difference from where I'm sitting. Let's insult them. The fanatics let out enraged screams, though few do turn their heads down rather self-consciously. Their leader raises his weapon. Mock us as much as you like. It makes no difference. Prepare to be cleansed. Alright, well, except for our 2 heroes, we don't really have a whole lot of weapons, so this might not go fantastic. Alright, Mishka is here basically in the camp, but then we have Stella is all the way over here exploring the world. So let's bring her back immediately and see what happens next. These guys are attacking the wall. We do have people working on the wall. Although, yeah, I'm not sure they have weapons. But let's get these guys over here. See how that goes. Alright, the gate is coming down. Not sure what happened there. These people on the wall, though, are doing something. And victory. The colony has triumphed. Alright, that seemed easy enough. Not too much to worry about there. Although I'm sure we need to repair the gate, yes. And otherwise everything is fine. So the two people that we put on the wall took care of it themselves. My next research project could be plus 2,000 to stockpile capacity. But maybe I'll do that after I build a new one and we can really guarantee that we have enough supplies. The question is, do we want it right next to the original one or do we want some variety? I'm going to put it down this end next to the scrapper. It's not too far, but when we start to expand to different sides, perhaps it'll make a difference. So Danube is ready once again, and seems like there might be a city or something over here. Lushton, yep, another camp. And probably some bad dudes as well. I'm not sure if that's his camp or not. Okay, so a few things going on here. We are currently growing soybeans, but they're only 2% along. Also, we've completed the nurses research, which means that we can decommission one of these medical tents, put you out of a job, and demolish that. And this field is done as well. Let's go ahead and plant potatoes in here. That will give us more of a yield. All these are poor nutrition though, which is a little bit unfortunate. It should help our situation though with the malnourishment. And suddenly we have a problem with hygiene maybe? Not sure what all these guys just got. Colonists can have a hard time taking care of their hygiene in the wasteland. Filthy colonists quickly become discontent and are more prone to catching various diseases. Help them out by building an outhouse. Yep, seems we all just got dirty at the same time. We do have 2 outhouses right now. Let's see if they are in use or if we need to do something else. You know, the colonists are not going... They're going directly to this outhouse. There's another one right there. Okay, yep, they're getting used. So let's build another one. Say one over here in our residential area. And then another one over here by the gate next to our new medical tent. And yeah, it looks like I can travel to Lushton if I wanted to. So what happens if we send Danube over here? Oh, hey, I can just click on the settlement. These people do their darndest to grow anything and everything in the wasteland soil. While the townsfolk have quite a few eccentric theories on radiation-powered plant life, their horticulture accomplishments are undeniable. So we have a cautious reputation with them. We can't trade anything yet, or engage in diplomacy. And meantime, back to the colony and the tech tree, I can go to bartering. And that should help us interact with other colonies going forward. And so Makawi is back as well. She's brought all her supplies. And buffalo worms, which are some kind of food source. So I'm happy to have it. And back to Danube, we can get some good components from the electronics store over here. Some colonists want to talk. Looting local. Couple of your colonists have spotted some sort of vehicle stuck in a deep crevice. It might still have some useful stuff left inside of it, but climbing down without proper gear will be dangerous. Let them try. The group lowers one member. There's indeed an old 4x4 vehicle wedged in tight, but the space is narrow and falling rocks ominously rattle around the truck's body. Most of the doors are rusted shut. After some grunting and strong language, a pile of loot is pulled back to the surface. So we got, looks like clothes and parts. That's good. Not fantastic, but good. Colonists are under attack. Where's that happening? Oh, yep, just as I had planned, kind of. We have some rat beetles up here with Stella. She should be able to handle this okay. I don't think Mishka's going to be able to get over here to help out, so let's hope that this goes okay. So she gets some good shots in. There's 3 of them. One goes down pretty quick. She's down to 80% health though. That's 2 down right there. And she's fine. 70% health. You're going to make your way back to the camp now though. Probably for the best. So we just don't have the builders. So I have canceled one of the outhouses and we're still constructing another one over here. Let's put it on high priority and see if it can get done soon. Alright, our bartering is complete. Go back to the science for a minute. We can start on the inventory research to increase the capacity of our stockpiles. But in the meantime, I'm going to decommission this scrapper so that we can get some more building done. Okay, as the sun comes up on day 23, we did get the outhouse built and the gate is repaired. I'm going to send Stella to the outside world to get another specialist on the map. We'll still have 2 defending the colony. Let's get some of these buildings decontaminated too. I'm not sure how this happens, but seems smart. And we're back out to Danube. I think we should keep going north. And I found some good medical supplies over here. And I also want to get another shelter built over here. We can line it up right about there. See if we can kind of sort these stockpiles a little bit. I'm going to move my plastic and the metal over to the other one. That'll help balance it out too. So will they go ahead and do that by themselves, or it just will happen over time? I'm not so sure. But we have the people to spare right now. We have plenty of plastic and metal, so that's why I've decommissioned these 2 buildings. Along with the clothes. I'm going to upgrade our food storage too. Hopefully we can really double down on the farming in the days to come. So another emergency shelter is complete. I'm going to go ahead and demolish this one. Alright, so Danube is ready to go. I'm going to start getting them back to the colony. Then I also have 2 more heroes ready to go. We're going to start sending Mishka over this way. And I'm going to send Stella out here to the hospital instead of Danube. And now that we've moved our shelter, I think I'm going to go ahead and get a brand new trade center in here. Right up front. Next to the medical facility. And our trade center is complete. And it doesn't look like it does much right now. So keep bringing Danube back to the colony. Keep sending Stella up this way. And I'm going to leave Mishka right over here. A colonist is poisoned? Are you willing to risk their life? A delirious colonist is carried into the camp. Something seems to have poisoned them, but they're unable to tell what. If you're willing to take the risk, a more intensive treatment might heal them quickly enough for you to locate the source of the poisoning. Something like that could be very valuable for research. So we have 3 medicine. We can definitely save the life of the colonists if that is the priority. But do we want the research? Seems a little bit backwards. I should be able to spend 2 medicine to make them better, and then we could find out what happened. Let's take things slow and steady. You're not willing to gamble with the life of your people. The man is taken into treatment and nursed carefully back to full health. After he finally wakes up, he is unable to recall what happened. It seems like the risk for another contamination is still there, but at least he is safe. So Danube is over here, and we have some hostile raiders. Now, they have 6 attack and 1 defense, which is definitely better than us, but we have more hit points. And backup over here as well. So I'm interested to see what might happen. A little bit of a tussle. And the raider is down. You're officially out of action points though. So let's get Mishka in here. And can we find out what he was protecting? We got a little bit of metal, which is always good. And we also have Stella, who's able to get over here and find some medicine. She got 5 of those. We can wait till next turn. And perhaps the best news of all, though, is that our soybeans are finally being harvested up to 26% right now. So that will yield us 47, which is excellent news. It should take care of our malnourishment pretty quickly, I would hope. And our food is rocketing up at the moment. And I think that's where we're going to end the video. It's our first part without any deaths, so that's a huge accomplishment. We've managed to take out some raiders on the world map and finally start growing our own crops. We're getting plenty of science in at the moment, which is welcome news, and I'm really looking forward to next time. So for now, my name is Ty. This has been Surviving the Aftermath. Thank you very much. Please like and subscribe, and have a good night. For the moment, we're in food danger, but that won't last too long. It's not going to go well for you, my friend. I'm sorry. Here's Maddox, and he puts that just inside the far post. Either that, or we'll set off some more aliens, but either way. We can. And that's job done.